Carl, start off with last Sunday against Dewsbury, a fantastic win for the side to bow out here at the Keepmoat Stadium.
Yes, and you know, whenever you're playing your last home game, you always want a decent performance, and I'm really made up for the players. You know, they got what they deserved. It's just such a bizarre season that, you know, we haven't beat Dewsbury, I don't think, in my time that I've been back involved with the club. And we win one game in the season, and then we go and beat Dewsbury, which it's great to get that monkey off our backs, but it's just bizarre. You know, that was a team we really, really struggled against. They're well coached, a well-run club, but you know, just a sense of relief for the players. I thought the players really deserve that, and you know, I just wish they could have put in that sort of performance a bit earlier and maybe kept us up. But hey, you know, congratulations to the boys. You know, real big pats on the back to them, and to see them smiling and that the way they were after the game was just fantastic, and I'm over the moon for all of them.
And it's a nice little ending, you know, to hopefully prove what's going to be a successful season next season. That's just the beginning of it, maybe.
Oh, listen, you know, we'll worry about next season after Saturday. Let's just worry about this season. The boys just deserve a bit of respect there for the way they pulled that performance out. And listen, it was a real good, tough, solid performance, and you know, I thank them for it, because I do really think it contributed to the amount of season tickets we sold. You know, we sold far more season tickets on that one day than we did last year, and people can say I'm just making this up. You know, I can guarantee you we did. It was on Monday morning when I got the actual final figure of how many season tickets we sold. I made a prediction how many we'd sold, and we exceeded that. And I was quite humbled and grateful to the fans, because we've had a lot of negativity around the place and people saying they weren't going to buy them and do this and do that. But at the end of the day, they might say those things. It looks like they say those things in a bit of frustration, which I can totally understand. But they purchased a season ticket, which, you know, I thank them for that. And I really do think it was contributed by the display of the players. You know, whether they done that for Sean Leaf or whoever they done it for. Sean had a talk to them before the game and told them what this club meant to him. And they rose to the occasion, and there was a few of them told me after the game that, you know, it was Leafy's speech that really got them fired up. And so, you know, sometimes it's just little things like that it takes, and you know, we wish we were starting the season, to be fair, because they were good. The boys were good, and they've still got that togetherness, and I'm just hoping that they can go up to Whitehaven and get another win purely for themselves and for the supporters who travel.
The supporters have had a big play in what's been going on at the club recently. There were a fans forum last week, and also the fans have been voting for their new kits. You know, it's nice to have them involved in that capacity. Well,
listen, I said at the meeting, you know, this club ain't big enough for us to be divided. We won't win nothing if we're not together as one. And you know, regardless of what people think, we do listen to what they say. You know, we ask them all to vote on the kit for next year. We've asked them what time they want to kick off next year. The fans are huge to this club, always will be. You know, we can almost name all of them. We know who they are, and I accept that they real get disappointed and they get frustrated and want to vent their anger out on people. And if that's myself or the chairman or the coach or the players, well, we're in a position where we're there to be shot at, and if we don't get things right, then it's us. You know, when we finished fourth, I keep going on, and when we finished fourth and sixth, and there was no issues, you know, all of a sudden there's an issue with Club Doncaster, there's an issue with RLFC, the dual reg. Let's just don't worry about excuses or things like that. Let's just get on with it. And this is reality. We've been relegated. It's how we come back, and you know, we're determined to come back strong and quietly confident in the side we're putting together. So, you know, we're real comfortable where we are, and I'm pretty sure we'll go and challenge next season. But you know, the fans play a huge role in this club, and always will do. No matter if we ever get to the dreamland, our fans will be very, very important to me always. So, you know, it's just let's be one. Let's stick together. Let's all look forward to next season, and I'm pretty sure it'll be a cracker. But first and foremost, let's worry about Whitehaven on the weekend, and hopefully the boys can get what they deserve there. If they go up with a frame of mind that they had last week, and that feeling that if they can hold on to that feeling they had at the end of the game, and go to Whitehaven and put the effort in that they put in against Dewsbury, and the effort they have put in most of the season, they'll get what they deserve. They'll get what they deserve. But we have to understand what we're talking about here. It's Whitehaven's last home game. We all saw what happened on our last home game. You always want to leave your fans on a bit of a high and do well. So we understand Coyley and the Whitehaven boys will be wanting to do exactly what we done last week. So she'll be a battle. It's still fresh in our minds what they did to us at Castle Park. They walloped us that day, and we need to remember that, and we need to go up there and give it to them, really.
Is there extra motivation because it's a later kick-off on a Saturday night, and also the fact that Whitehaven could still be relegated if we do get a result up there? Is there an extra motivation, do you think, for the club?
Oh no, I wouldn't say. We can't start looking at trying to relegate them. We need to look at ourselves to get a win. We want to finish the season well and get the win. Whatever happens, but we're certainly not going up there thinking that we can relegate them. What we can do is we can give them a few sleepless hours, because they won't, if we do get the result, and then they won't know till the next day. So it's they could give them a bit of jitters if it's anything, but certainly not thinking about going up there and relegating them. But we're going up there to win the game, and we need to worry about our own club, and we know our fate, so we're not too worried about anyone else's fate. But I want the boys to go up there and get the win for them and the fans, and I hope they do that.
And it could also be, one of the last times perhaps. Not everybody essentially is going to be here next season. People are going to move on. It happens every season. The last game possibly that the current team is going to play together, I'm sure they'll want to go out on the back.
Yeah, and that was a bit of, that contributed to last week as well. And there's the players at the club here, they all know what I think of them. And listen, there's no hard feelings between them who leave, and everyone's got their own reasons. And if they're going, we need to move on. They need to move on. But respect to every one of them. They've given this club good service, and they're a good set of lads. So wherever they go, or whoever's going, we wish them well. We thank them for what they've done for this club. That's for sure. And listen, this is rugby league. At the end of the day, every season you'll have some fans' favourites who leave your club, and you'll have fans' favourites who stay, and then others who the fans aren't keen on staying, and some of them who they don't want to go. So it's rugby league. It's something that for us, really, there's some players who've been here, and my whole time I've been here. So it's like losing a son. It's like that's the culture we try to bring here, and it's not nice. It's sad, but we move on, and nobody thinks any worse of the players that are going. They'll always be welcome here as long as I'm around the joint, and I can't thank them enough, and I just hope they get their reward on the weekend.